Okay, before we get into the initial thing of this video, I'd like to say that this is something that has been brought to my attention. That apparently YouTube is, as well as myself and many other people throughout the YouTube community, myself, XXE Blues, and several others included, apparently YouTube comments are being, deleted or blocked off for some reason, and only a handful of people can put comments on videos, which is what is going on? I don't know what's going on over at YouTube, so hopefully it can be fixed. I honestly thought that you guys were getting bored of me. No offense to you guys out there. I thought I was doing something wrong, but apparently it's YouTube doing something wrong. So, yeah, hopefully this can get fixed soon. And yeah, hopefully this means you guys still love what I do. Anyway, so earlier today, I kind of talked about how I would, I kind of had this wild idea that I wanted to throw out there of mixing Gravity Falls with the Haunted Mansion as a ride. Something in the Disney theme park in Orlando, whereas in the one in California is home to, of course, every holiday season they do it up as Night Before Christmas. Well, I thought maybe in Disney World you can do it differently. Instead of Night Before Christmas, it's Gravity Falls characters that you see throughout the mansion. So this was just a fun little random idea I had. And the first video, the first part of this video, the first video I kind of did was just me kind of stumbling over words because I was like, oh my god, this is like a really cool idea, I gotta do it. So now that, it's later in the day as of this recording, and it's, I've got my stuff together, so hopefully I can do a little more coherent story, through this ride, this scenario, I guess you could say. So the idea I had, I guess the opening idea is that the theme of this is that Dipper has discovered the Gracie Manor thanks to the journals, and Stan has decided to make a quick buck off of it by giving tours out throughout the manor. So that would be it. Like the opening, when you go into the ride and you see all the stuff, you would see like little. I'm trying to think of things you would see scattered around, like maybe pages from the journal, or like maybe it's like you see a paint like a statue of Seuss painting on mysterious haunted mansion tours, with Stan looking down below, going, "Yep, that's good." Yeah, something like that. So when you enter, I'd have it that when you enter the room to, the room you enter before entering the stretching room, I would have it that, it's a recording from Dipper saying hello to everyone, welcome to the mansion, it's so nice to actually have people believe in me in this time and think I'm not crazy, and then you have Mabel off in the background like she's holding the camera. I'd even have it that she's got like a Mickey Mouse sweater on, and she's humming either the Mickey Mouse Club song or the Pirates of the Caribbean song. And Dipper would be like, "Do you have to do that right here, Mabel?" And I'd have Seuss holding the camera, and Stan is just in the background going, "Oh, this is going to make me so much money." And then you enter you get led into the stretching room, and instead of the pictures, I would have like in the original pictures you see in the stretching room, I would have it that it would be Disney, Gravity Falls versions of that. Like have, I'm trying to think, like maybe Pacifica is the one sitting on the gravestone, and then you have maybe Gideon on the tightrope, standing over the crocodile, and who would I have? Like Boys Crazy going down into the tar pit. So yeah, you have that, and then you have Dipper talking about the history of the mansion, and then boom, out of nowhere, you hear Bill Cipher's voice. He's like, "Oh, you guys want to see some ghosts, huh? Well, allow me to provide that." And he snaps his fingers. You look up, and instead of seeing the hanging man, you've got like a vision of Bill Cipher looking down at you, going, "Welcome to the haunted man. Welcome to Gracie Manor, boys and girls. It's gonna be a scream," or something like that. I could probably, Alex Hirsch could probably write a better piece of dialogue there. So from then on, it would be the rest of the ride would be you and the other Gravity Falls characters trying to get out of the Haunted Mansion. So that would be the main theme of this ride. And I don't know whether I would have, Bill replace the ghost host. Like he would hear his voice throughout the entire ride, and he's taking you through the mansion, or have it that it's Dipper and he's trying to guide you out of the mansion. He's trying to help you. Well, actually, I'd have Stan and Seuss as well. Maybe all 4 characters, all 5 characters in there, and you can hear their voices, and while you're in the carriages going through the mansion. They're trying to guide you out while arguing with one another. So either Bill or the Mystery Shack gang. So throughout the ride, the start of the ride, you'd see the paintings. And when you're going into the carriage, let me back up. When you're going through that aisle to go into the carriages, I'd have it like instead of you see the stuff in the Haunted Mansion, like the moving heads and whatnot, I'd have it that it's memorabilia from the show. Like you see the journal, you see like a few other things that that come out of the Mystery Shack, and maybe some plans from the gateway that Ford created. So have something like that in there as well. And kind of sound like Stan has left his junk from the Mystery Shack and he's dumped it all out in the Haunted Mansion. So throughout the majority of the ride, I would have it that maybe when you go past the endless hallway, you see an image of Bill Cipher, and he's looking back at you, and he's just waving like, "Ha, you're all gonna die," and yeah. In the hallway of the door of like the locked doors knocking, and you hear all the voices and people like begging to get out and banging on the doors, I would have it that instead of those, it would be you'd hear the voices of other characters throughout Gravity Falls that are behind those doors, and you hear their voices. Like you hear Pacifica's voice, you hear Robbie's voice, you hear Tambry's voice, you hear Gideon's voice, and they're all banging on the doors to to get let out. So further on, you get to the coffin, and I would have it. The coffin would remain the same, but it's it's trying to open up. But you'd see Wendy there, or at least an animatronic of Wendy, like looking in pure horror with her mouth covered, like, "Oh my God, this is a dead guy trying to come out." Or actually, no, she wouldn't be in fear. She'd actually have her axe at the ready, like, when this bitch comes out, I'm gonna give him what for. Yeah, so probably it'd be more like that with the axe. She's got the axe ready, and she's just ready to go when this thing pops out of the coffin. So further on down the line, going further into Madame Leota's, I finally remember the crystal ball lady's name. So have it that Madame Leota is like she's not saying any rhyming or whatever. She's just having an argument with Stan, and I'd have like an animatronic of Stan being flung throughout the room. He's getting thrown out, and she's yelling at him, "You shouldn't have stole from me!" And he's like, "I didn't take anything." "Oh, really? Where's my tambourine? It looked good. It looked good. I had to pawn it." So it would just be them having a back and forth while you see Stan like hovering in the room, and he's just like, "Put me down." Yeah. So going further into the room where you see the guest hall and you see the dancing ghost, of course, the ballroom. I would have it that you see Seuss down there. And he's at the dinner table, and he's like, I'd either have him be horrified, or he's trying to get at the food, where the ghost cake and all that. Like he's trying to get at that while everything's going on. I'd even maybe have Dipper down there as well, like he's in total horror of seeing all these ghosts around him. So further up into the attic, maybe that's where I'd put Dipper, is in the attic, or Ford. Is that you'd see Dipper hiding in the attic from the Hatbox Ghost and the Bridesmaid. So and then go out into the graveyard. You'd see Mabel. You'd see like a little animatronic of Mabel instead of the groundskeeper and the dog. I'd have an animatronic of Mabel along with Waddles at her side, and she's just waving at you as you come down. It's like, "Hey, what's up? Glad you can make it." Stuff like that. And throughout the like the other stuff, like you see the other ghosts down there, but you see the other Gravity Falls characters down there, like they're all in like total panic, as they see all these ghosts around them. So something like that, and maybe at the end. So at the end of the ride, instead of the hitchhiker ghost, you see Bill there, and Bill's doling out his demons. And instead of that, you see the hitchhiker ghost. You see some of his demon friends there as well. And at the end of the ride, I guess I'd have Wendy there being the one saying, "Hurry back, hurry back." No, that'd probably be Mabel more. I don't know. It'd be Mabel or Wendy. So yeah, that's pretty more of the addendum to the first video. So if you can comment, just comment below. Let me if you can. I don't know if YouTube's gonna let me or not, depending on that error is fixed or not. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this revised version of it. I'm gonna keep the other version up too, as I'm gonna keep that up because there were some ideas I kind of took out, but I wanted to leave in. But yeah. So, yeah, this is the second part, and I hope you all enjoyed it just as much as you did the first part. But anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.